everybody. I'm John McKinnon. When I was in high school, there was so many Johns that my name got changed to Jake so people could identify when they would yell at you. So that's what you see in the program here. Denny and I go back a long way, of course, because I'm Jeannie's brother. And we've spent a little bit of time hunting, but because of the distance between living in St. Paul and then in Forest Lake area over to the east and here, we didn't get a chance to hunt together that much, but we had some times that were pretty memorable. And if he was here, I'd be putting myself out on a limb right now because he would dice me with these examples. But one of the things that he got a real chuckle out of was one day we were duck hunting back when they lived out in Kimball, either there or Ortonville. And he had a slough out there, a duck slough, and belonged to a buddy of his. Anyway, I had waders on, and because these sloughs are very muddy, mucky, you know, you can sink a foot, 2 feet into this muck. Well, you try to start to walk in that, and the suction pulls your boots off. And back in the day, I was a little bit more boisterous than I am now, even though now I'm a little bit out there anyway. But I'm like getting ticked off about this muck thing, you know, because I keep losing my boots. And I think that his brother Wayne was with us. I don't think he recalls that though. But they're on the shore laughing at me hysterically while I'm stuck in this quicksand thing. Anyway, that was Denny's gig. And another thing that he's famous for, is my boys are in the back over here, and every relative gathering we would get together. Somehow Denny always scored on the larger deer in deer hunting, which was his passion. And so he'd go to the boys and he'd ask them, so did your dad bring home some roadkill again, or did he claim that he got that while he was out hunting? Since he always had the bigger deer, I just had to sit there and let him go for it. But one thing, I know I'm talking a lot here, but I know a lot of people don't like to chat, so I'm just going to take a minute here. But the one thing that really made my
life.
Yeah, this situation with the last 3 or 4 months, we went from gagging a lot to some good time. Excuse me. We had time together. It was about eternity, and about life, and about what really matters. And it was beautiful. You know, he was raised Lutheran. And we're all, you know, many of us here have a spiritual background. And I know there's a lot of really wacko stuff going on these days in religion and Christianity and this whole worldwide trauma thing. But the reality is that God loves everybody here. And Denny and I had time to recollect on our upbringing and our understanding of Christ and what he's done for us. And this time we had together, it went from the joking around crazy thing to really getting after the meat of life and eternity. And I was hugely blessed to be kind of like, not a restoration, but have time with Jeannie and the family and to go deep on some of these matters. And it was such a blessing for me to not have him die in a car wreck. You know what I mean? It was beautiful. It didn't go long and traumatic the way, you know, our parents died from cancer, both of them. And it was a very horrible thing. But for Denny, it passed quickly, and not painlessly, but he didn't have to go through that. And so the Lord has really blessed the family in that measure. And Denny is just, I mean, he's just awesome, and he lives on. And I'm looking forward to seeing him. And I don't have a fear of passing, but I want this life to be the best I can have. I want these days to be greater than I got a bad history. Drugs and crazy living and drinking and rowdy and all that. But the final days can be your best days, and that's really what I see for, you know, like Danny and I talked about that stuff, and it's just beautiful. So I don't want to talk down. I would rather people would talk about their fun times with him. So I'm going to turn the mic back over, and then when we're done, I just want to pray for the family.